Great, welcome back to the SVE demo, July 2020. So after like 1.5 hours, long presentation and question answer, the judges actually has the result. I'm going to invite actually 2 of the judges to present the result and also invite every judge to give a feedback to the winners as well as the other companies alike. Let's start. I'm going to invite 2 judges who really like the winner to announce them. Sodia, would you like to have the honor? You're muted. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, David, for the honor. It was a very tough decision. I think we had to go over a couple of reasons why we should pick the winner that we have picked today. And it all boils down to how far away are you from your basic idea into building a business. So it's not just about an idea, but it is more about how can you build a business out of an idea. And that's where we see Docat AI further along the line. And we are very pleased to announce Docat AI as the winner of today's competition. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. My pleasure.
Okay, great. James, I think you have something to add.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, the company that we went back and forth with a little bit was Hubley Surgical. So close second, I'll reach out. I have a company that did cranial work in the past with a bioresorbable bone cement. But for all the companies, I think there was reasons that all the companies were selected to present today. And I think everybody thought all of the companies have a potential bright future in front of them. It's just, again, it came down to which company is ready to start executing versus getting through proof of concept. A lot of the other companies are a little earlier, other than Mo, who, has a company that eventually is a little bit long in the tooth. And, we were, somewhat talking about it seeming as a restart, but with great potential. I think all of the companies today, the feeling was they could all succeed and have a great future ahead of them. And so, congratulations to everybody who presented.
Okay, thanks, James. By the way, so actually, Hubley also received pretty good feedback, as well as I think in most cases also received pretty good feedback from judges. Also, you didn't win. Again, this is just the starting point. We're going to run this SV demo every month. We invite all the winners to join us on the F50 Global Capital Summit for 2020, which we expect to gather thousands of investors, maybe hundreds of thousands of investors worldwide. So I want to invite all the judges give a particular feedback to the companies you like. Maybe even you don't like us, okay. So namely, I think the people who like Hubley and most cases, other companies. So I will start with who else? The Pawan, Scott, Manish, whoever is ready.
Yeah, for Hubley, just early stage, right? Still at the idea stage. Looks like an interesting market opportunity, especially given that you're going to be able to be potentially more effective on the procedural side and also have potential for less post-operative infections, on the back end side. But we've got to figure out whether or not the doctors are actually going to be using it. The neurosurgeons and the hospitals are going to be, subscribing to this rather than the current products that they're using. And so there's a long way to go still before I applaud the fact that you're working through the NSF Core program. That's the right way to do it, obviously. I think Stephanie would second that.
Absolutely.
Being a leader of that program at UCSF and a world-recognized authority in this space, we just encourage you to continue going on the journey that you're on.
Awesome. Thank you. That's definitely really helpful.
I have one small suggestion for Hubley. In your presentation, you talk about EVD, right? EVD. And not all of us know what is EVD.
I see.
Right. So, you need to present in a way that even a dumb person like me can understand, who does not understand the medical jargon, right? So, yeah, just a note.
Okay, Stephanie. So I want to invite Stephanie since you finally got your video to make sure it's.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on today. Gremlins, the usual. Yeah, so just to make some comments on this presentation. So the fact that you're doing all these customer interviews is really important, and it's important for investors to hear that feedback. So I know you're still early in the process at ICOR. I don't know what week are you in? Are you in week 2 or?
Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago we had an orientation, so this is our second week actually conducting the interviews.
Okay, great. So, when the next time you give the presentation, you have some interviews under your belt, you can say things like, we've now interviewed 40 doctors or 40 hospital purchasing people, and what we've learned is XYZ. And that really is very powerful in terms of letting investors know that you are in touch with the marketplace, you do understand the market dynamics, and you're validating your value proposition.
Awesome, thank you. That's helpful to keep in mind for future stuff.
Sure.
Stephanie, do you have feedback to other companies other than Hubley?
I don't. We did not see Leaf today, correct?
Yes.
That
Right.
would be the one that the only other one I have feedback for. But I think really let me just give some overall feedback. Investors make up their minds on the team, on the market opportunity, and the technology is really last in the list. And so there are a number of presentations that did not address team or market. That technology is not enough. It's not about the technology, it's about the value proposition and the product market fit. So I would encourage everybody to read presentations in that manner and start out with, here's the problem we're solving, here's the solution, here are the people who can do it, here's the opportunity. So sort of general information for everybody.
Okay, great. So Pavan?
Yeah, so I just want to talk about Moss case. I think it's a great idea. And I think one way to really position this is through the association what you got through Apple. Again, you are going to be part of a large ecosystem, and that too from a OEM who dominates the market, right? So I think that is something which you should have pressed out, saying like, we already have a partnership or engagement in place with Apple, and we're getting into the stores. That's a huge advantage. And other than that, I think everybody did very well on the presentation side. And as Stephanie rightly said, the first round of facing investors, I think you should focus more on market size, something that would open the doors for you. Then you can go get more deeper and start focusing on other aspects of the product and all that. As Stephanie rightly said, right? The door opener should be on the people who are driving this whole thing. First, you need to create the trust and confidence and get the doors open. And then once you get in, you can talk about a lot of other things. The winner is clearly, because they already gave shape to their idea. They're doing some business. They have some numbers. And also he articulated the way it is going to expand into a platform. I think that gave a clear differentiation and advantage there. Yeah, otherwise everybody is doing well, and the pitches have been great. It's just a matter of timing, right?
Okay, great. So I saw there's a few more judges, Real, Manish, whoever has some feedback to the company you'd like to give some suggestions.
Yeah, it's not a suggestion, but I just wanted to add some comment to Doc Up AI. So I didn't ask the price and range per unit, but if they are also looking at the monthly subscription model, and then that needs to be appropriate pricing range to the as a home appliance. But if they could distribute their units as a home appliance, that could be interesting as a monthly subscription model. And the most case, that was very interesting idea, but it looks just to me that it's a little early stage to make an investment. You know, we just would like to keep in touch with them. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Anybody else have any suggestion? Any judges?
Yeah. Hi, Vinesh here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, so, you know, I'd really like to talk about Moss case. Really loved your product, okay? And this is a very cool product, very useful product, and there is a lot more that you can do with this product. And I have dealt with similar companies earlier, and I'm willing to talk to you further because there are large conglomerates in Asia who are looking to bring this product to market, in Southeast Asia particularly, you know. So some of them I deal with, you know, so I'm happy to make the introductions for you over there.
Appreciate
Pilots, and you can get a distribution just like you get, similar to Walgreens over here. They have similar pharmacy stores out there that can help you push your product really. Okay, thank you so much, and great product. I really loved it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Manish.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for some reason my video is not working. I don't know why. Maybe between Stephanie and me, it's only alternate videos that will work. Both won't work at the same time. So I'll perhaps give feedback. General feedback for me, actually, one is you mentioned feedback, the ones you like. I think actually it's more important that I feedback for everybody, especially the ones you don't like. The reason we didn't like them isn't because they were not good products. I think the reason we didn't like them is perhaps one, you didn't sell them as well as you should have. And secondly, it might be an issue about timing. In terms of not selling well, I felt most of the promotional videos could have been much better, much crisper, much better recording, much more focused. So I think that's general feedback for everybody. I think Hygienia's video was reasonably compact. But for most of you, I think your promotional videos can be much, much better. I'm sure your products deserve a better promotional video. Starting off with Docat, I think the focus there, I feel obviously winner today. I think the focus there needs to be partly water quality, which is a big global problem. And in terms of the air quality, apart from what you're already doing, Ram, I would focus on enclosed spaces, especially aviation, considering how much money lost in aviation because of the pandemic. For Helicol, my main sort of criticism is you have been going on for so long. You should have already done significant randomized control trials comparing your product, which seems to be a very good product. You should have had thousands and thousands of people within trials showing better efficacy and better healing with this product. So I think you need to think why that hasn't happened and what we can do to change that. Hygienia, I thought was a good presentation actually, but again, as Stephanie pointed out, it's quite important that you sell the team rather than just the technology. So I think that to me, the team selling was perhaps the weak point for Hygienia. Hubbly, I think one of the colleagues already pointed out simple things like you need to say what EVD is. And again, I feel the market there potentially would be through regulatory agencies which regulate market devices. So for example, there's European or even in the UK, there are particular agencies to whom you can apply the device so that they can look at its efficacy as well as sort of return on investment. So that might be something to look at. And finally, for Moss case, again, as we said, it was a close second today. I would feel a bit more focused, and I think one of our judge colleagues is helping them out, especially looking at is the technology you're trying to patent and take forward, or is it a service? So I think differentiating between those two paradigms might be useful. Thank you.
Great. I'm going to call our winner, Ram. So you have a very short presentation. Maybe you can tell us a little bit in about 1 minute, tell us your plan for next 1 year. Of course, as a winner, we're going to promote your company a lot around our network.
Definitely. And by the way, before getting in, thank you so much, folks, for the encouragement. And I mean, I'm not doing this for money, and I know that everybody says that, but I really mean it, because I really want to make a difference, and I truly believe that this space is nascent and we can do a lot more impact. So my vision is basically not just to get a better germicidal efficacy, I mean, a germ killing device, but it's also about measuring it, because today the biggest problem that which almost stalled the economy is because we cannot measure the germs. And I mean, the future, there might not be nuclear war. I mean, without getting too much of philosophical, but this problem would exist. This problem could be a big problem in the future. There might be future incidents of it, and we don't have a solution for it. So for one of like people like us, we're going to come up with and entrepreneurs like us, we're going to solve this problem, and we wanted to get the economy and the world ready so that we don't have any future instances like this. Future instances like this. So I truly believe the germ thermometer. It's like, because think about it, 100 years ago, you never had a thermometer. You measured and you found this, oh, your body temperature is high. And likewise, I truly believe, I think the next few years is going to be very important. One of our entrepreneurs is going to come up with the germ thermometer, which will tell us whether whether an indoor or an outdoor. I mean, I primarily focus on indoors, but because outdoor gets more complicated, but the environment is more secure and safer. So that's where I'm marching you, and I cannot march alone. I definitely want help from mentors like you guys, and in fact. I read a few of your bios, and I think you definitely can and do support us to create a good device and help us distribute and market as well. We have it. I mean, I believe in this concept. That's why I put in $200,000 of my personal money into this venture. Got some more of the funding. Got 35 people working on this full time, and I mean, revenue-wise, we are strong, but it's not all about the revenue. It's about making an impact, and I truly believe that we're taking this. I told you I can't do this alone, and I love your support. Thank you, David.
Great. So any last suggestions or feedback or questions to Ram?
I'll offer some suggestions, not only for Ram, but for everybody. Focus on highest and best use. There are so many opportunities that you can go after, but what's really going to determine if you're going to be successful or not is going to be if you solve a problem that's worth solving. And worthiness is measured on the side of the consumer, whether they're individuals or businesses. That's what's going to dictate whether or not you're going to succeed. And so if you're going to try to create something of value, which we all believe you have the opportunity to do, you demonstrated that already today, pick a market that is going to value what it is you've created. So, you know, the aspirational to create a germ thermometer, I get that. I think we all get that. But that's in the future. What market right now needs this technology? And what's the best way to get that technology to the market? Licensing, as you suggested, is probably the best, fastest way to go. But, you know, pick your targets carefully is what I would suggest for everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Let's conclude our SVE demo July today. Thank you so much. I will say YouTube is live, link is live. Go ahead and share to your network. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.